Hello and welcome to Bucknell University's preview session. This video preview session is exactly like the one we give to on-campus visitors, only in a format you can watch anywhere at any time. Thank you so much for joining us. All you have to do is just sit back and relax as we explore Bucknell together. First, let's look at what we're going to discuss today. We're going to cover four main topics: who we are, where Bucknell can take you, what you'll experience as a student at Bucknell, and how to apply to Bucknell and finance your education. All right, let's go. Bucknell has a long tradition of innovation, exploration, and breaking new ground in higher education. We're proud of that 175 plus years of history, but we're not restricted by it. That means we're constantly innovating. We hire the best professors who are making breakthroughs in their fields. They've traveled to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland to present in front of world leaders. They've discovered fascinating new plant species. They've been quoted in every major newspaper. They'll get to know you while you're here, challenging you and helping you work towards success. So, where will you and your professors do all this great work? You'll have day one access to world-class facilities, like our new Academic East building that has the latest high-tech lab equipment. There's also the new Management and Art History building, Holmes Hall, with spaces designed to encourage cross-disciplinary collaboration. These buildings, they're not museums, they're actual working laboratories of learning that offer the latest tools to help you invent the future. We also take it out of the classroom by offering hands-on academic experiences that immerse you in education. We're kind of redefining what and where a classroom can be. A great example of this is Jose Madero, a mechanical engineering professor here at Bucknell. He's working with students in our state-of-the-art labs to research biofuels. They're developing new ways to power engines using algae. This is a project driven by Professor Madero's past when he was growing up as a kid in Mexico. He remembers school being canceled because the pollution was so thick. He lived with those problems, the problems caused by previous generations, and now he and his students are driving the solutions. Okay, next let's talk about our three colleges. I should say that these colleges don't exist in their own bubbles or silos. They're all interconnected, meaning that students from any college can take courses in all three colleges. Here at Bucknell, we have the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Engineering, and the Freeman College of Management. Across those three colleges, you can choose from 65 different majors. That's more than you'll find at most schools our size. You can also pursue a double major and broaden your experience by adding one of 70 different minors. We know that life doesn't always happen in a straight line, and college should be about preparing you for a future that's unknown and unwritten. So our interdisciplinary approach, we feel, is the best way to do that. For example, when humanities professor Katie Fall needed to digitize some old handwritten memoirs, she knew there was a better way than going through each one and transcribing it by hand. So she turned to some of our computer engineering students, and they developed an experimental program that analyzes difficult-to-read writing and digitizes everything automatically. At some universities, academic departments like those would be miles apart, but at Bucknell, we believe that connections lead to breakthroughs. Let's look at some numbers. We should start by saying that picking a university is about a lot more than just comparing numbers in a spreadsheet or even on a slide. But these three numbers here are really important to understanding all that makes Bucknell unique. Bucknell has 3,700 students, but we have the resources, facilities, and top-of-the-line equipment you might find at universities with 37,000 students. That means you'll have everything you need to reach your goals and pursue your interests, but you won't be just another face in the crowd. How about 9-to-1? That's our student-to-faculty ratio, which is quite low and means that your professors will know you by name and be ready to help you and work side by side with you as you make groundbreaking discoveries. And that last one, 0. That's how many classes at Bucknell are taught by teaching assistants or graduate students. At Bucknell, you'll go hands-on from day one. You'll do real research from the day you arrive. That means you'll be in high-tech labs and innovative learning spaces right away. You'll be in places that other schools might reserve for their older students or even grad students. So you can make national headlines, you can get published in academic journals, you can present your findings at conferences around the world. You'll use the latest high-tech equipment from your first year on. Maybe you'll use optical tweezers that manipulate microscopic objects using lasers, all while answering questions other people haven't even considered asking. As you might be able to tell from this picture, Bucknell is one of just a handful of colleges offering an undergraduate degree in animal behavior, and is the only one with a true primate center. From your first year on, you'll get to work with 4 types of primates at our on-campus facility, giving you real-world experience that can propel you to a dream career. Next up, let's talk about some outcomes. Our unique approach to education blends the resources of our 3 colleges to yield some groundbreaking results. Students graduate from Bucknell ready to take on the world. 94% of students from the most recent graduating class reported a successful outcome within 9 months of graduation. Now, what does that mean? That means they quickly moved from Bucknell to a career, grad school, or volunteer work. How about return on investment? Those who started a career have an average starting salary of more than $61,000 a year. That's because employers see the value of a Bucknell education, and then they hire our graduates for meaningful, well-paying jobs. And where are these jobs? Well, Bucknell graduates bring their sharpened curiosity to impressive careers at places like Amazon, Deloitte, ESPN, Facebook, Goldman Sachs, Google, IBM, L'Oreal, Nordstrom, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Southwest Airlines, Yelp, and many more. They attend top-ranked medical schools, law schools, and grad schools. They also serve others in the Peace Corps, AmeriCorps, and Teach for America. How about an example? Let's talk about Christina Safedu, an electrical engineering major from the class of 2012. With Boeing, she worked on a satellite that was launched into space on a rocket. Now, as a lead software engineer with the space transportation company SpaceX, she's helping launch that same rocket into space herself. And, just to think, it all started at Bucknell. Christina is just one of thousands of successful Bucknell alumni working around the globe. These alumni have won Pulitzer Prizes, they've become CEOs of major companies, and they've performed in some of the hottest shows on Broadway. Going through the pictures here from left to right, we see Benga Akinabe, an actor in HBO's The Deuce and The Wire. He was also in the most recent production of To Kill a Mockingbird on Broadway, which also starred Jeff Daniels. Passion Artists, who is a business operations partner at Netflix. Then we see Sunil Gulati, the former president of U.S. Soccer. Mark Lorre, former CEO of Walmart's e-commerce division, who's now hard at work building the most sustainable city in America. Jessica Jackley, co-founder of the revolutionary micro-lending site Kiva. Rachel Sherbel, the Disney Imagineer, who designed the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge section of Disneyland and Disney World. And Philip Roth, one of the most awarded American writers in history. All of them started at Bucknell. When you graduate from Bucknell, your ties to the university don't end. You'll join an international network of more than 55,000 alumni who are proud to call themselves Bucknellians. They know the value of a Bucknell education, and they're committed to helping you find success after you graduate. That alumni connection doesn't begin when you graduate, though. It begins the day you arrive. You'll have access to mentors who can help you find internships and meaningful career opportunities. Companies like Accenture, JP Morgan, Johnson & Johnson, Deloitte, and Goldman Sachs all have a history of hiring Bucknell grads, and that's going to continue now that Bucknell and these companies have teamed up for a mentorship program. This program matches Bucknell alumni and parents with students who are interested in launching their careers. Now, some mentorship programs focus on just juniors and seniors, but this one, it starts right from your first year. When he arrived at Bucknell, Zeke Farkas was paired with a class of 2016 graduate who works as a systems analyst at Goldman. Zeke says he appreciates having a direct link to someone working in this fast-paced field. Now that you've seen where you can go, let's discuss what you'll experience as a Bucknell student by taking a closer look at each of our 3 colleges. First up, our largest college, the College of Arts and Sciences, where you'll find more than 45 majors and 60 minors within this college alone. That includes, of course, arts and sciences, but also humanities and social sciences. Our newest majors include biophysics and Arabic and Arab world studies. The best part is these are cross-disciplinary, and you can double major or major and minor in any combination you choose. Where will you do all this? Well, you'll innovate and explore in our well-equipped labs, rooftop greenhouse, maker spaces, beautiful libraries, costume shops, on-campus art galleries, 3 theaters for student art performances, a recital hall, and a downtown movie theater. All of these facilities anyone can use regardless of major. And be sure to bring your ideas because you'll discover research opportunities all over campus. Our faculty will then help you publish that work, travel to conferences, and secure internships at companies looking for analytical minds like yours. All of that means your work will not go unnoticed. For example, Bethany Fitch, a theater and environmental studies double major from the class of 2023. Bethany is studying ways to marry theater with her deep interest in the climate crisis, all with the hopes of changing the world through art. Listen to this quote from Bethany. Art is such an important means of promoting change through the power of storytelling. It's a gateway into people's hearts where the right story with a meaningful message can encourage them to take action. Next up is the College of Engineering. Now, I should point out that we don't really have engineering students here. We call them engineers. That's because our engineers begin solving the world's most confounding problems from day one. And that's why we have one of the country's top-ranked engineering programs. We offer 8 engineering majors, and you'll actually start your Bucknell journey in Engineering 100, which is a class designed to help you decide which engineering track best matches your passion. Once you've selected a major, you'll continue to work with students and professors from across the university, helping you understand the broad impact of your engineering work. At Bucknell, you're going to take your curiosity into your own hands as an engineer. Welding and brazing, design, electronics, and programming, all of that allows you to expand your interest through hands-on exploration in our famous maker spaces. That's what we call our network of creative spaces and design studios. One of our engineers invented a driving simulator that helps doctors assess whether patients with leg injuries have recovered enough to drive. That was Zane Patterson, class of 2022, and that device that he created in a classroom at Bucknell is now being used at Geisinger. That's the big hospital about 30 minutes east of here. Let's move on to the Freeman College of Management. We have 7 distinct majors in this college, including 2 new ones, the Business Analytics major and the Management and Organizations major. Our hands-on management courses aren't just for management majors, though. They're open to students in the College of Engineering and College of Arts and Sciences as well. The Freeman College of Management is accredited by the Association for the Advancement of Collegiate Schools of Business, or AACSB. That's a distinction held by only the top 5% of business schools in the entire world. Okay, how does that help you? Well, it means that Bucknell has name recognition within the business world and from future employers. You know, management courses at Bucknell aren't dress rehearsals. They are real life. At Bucknell, you'll start an actual company that sells real products and services in our innovative Management 101 course. You'll also manage $3 million from our investment fund, where your decisions will have real financial consequences. Or compete for funding to start a business in our annual Biz Pitch. Think Shark Tank, only better. Bucknell will take you where you need to go. Our management students can visit the New York Stock Exchange, meet CEOs in Silicon Valley, or travel to Dublin for a study abroad program that ends with a guaranteed internship. For proof of what can happen in our management program, look at Alex Nolan, class of 2014, and his sister Emily Nolan, class of 2016. They were tired of seeing the same old college apparel on campuses across the country, so Alex started a t-shirt company called Uscape Apparel when he was a Management 101 student right here at Bucknell. In the years since, that company's success has skyrocketed. You'll find their Skyline-themed t-shirts in the Bucknell downtown bookstore and at more than 350 other college campuses from coast to coast. The Bucknell experience doesn't just happen right here on campus. About half of our students study abroad, choosing from more than 400 different destinations. You can experience a new culture, learn a new language, and reconsider how you see the world, all while earning credits and an international perspective that'll look great on your resume. We also offer Bucknell In programs that merge the study abroad experience with Bucknell's curriculum. It's a small group, you and 10 or 15 other students, who spend a semester together in places like England, France, Ghana, Greece, or Spain. So what about the place on campus where you'll spend more time than anywhere else? Let's look at where you'll live. As a first-year student, you can choose to live in any one of our residential colleges, which are themed living learning communities. You'll live in a hall together, go on trips, serve your community, and broaden your perspectives through engaging discussions that will make you reconsider how you see the world. Your options include the Arts College, Environmental College, Food College, Social Justice College, Society and Technology College, and more. You can also choose to live in traditional residential housing in spacious, well-appointed rooms. As a sophomore, junior, or senior, you'll get an additional option, a themed residence called an affinity house. This innovative living experience allows a group of students to reside together in one of a dozen small houses across campus. The affinity houses include the Entrepreneurship and Innovation House, International House, the LGBTQ-friendly Friends House, and the Out House, which promotes outdoor recreational activities. If you don't find the perfect affinity house, well, get a group of friends together and start your own. That happened this year with the Ticket Booth, which is a house for friendly and judgment-free discussion about a shared love for all things pop culture, and Quest, which represents Bucknell's esports community, including those who play competitively and those who play casually. After your first year, you can choose a traditional residence hall or apartment-style housing, and you can live confidently, knowing that we guarantee on-campus housing for all 4 of your years. So that's where you'll live. What about what you'll do? With more than 200 student clubs, you'll never run out of things to do or people to meet. You can explore and deepen your existing passions or try something new. I hope you like your calendar to be full because you're going to find something to do every night of the week. Maybe you'll make a splash in Canoe Battleship, or hear an on-campus speaker like Bill Nye or Anderson Cooper, or team up with your friends for an intramural sport. Speaking of sports, Bucknell has more Division I sports teams than other schools our size. We have 14 women's teams and 13 men's teams, or 27 total. You can compete alongside your teammates or cheer the Bison to their latest victory on the field, the court, or in the pool. And these experiences aren't limited to Bucknell's campus. Just a few steps from campus is downtown Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. We think you'll agree that Lewisburg is the quintessential college town. It's a historic town with beautiful Victorian architecture, diverse restaurants, and charming shops. You'll find more coffee shops, art galleries, and eateries than you'd expect a small town to have, and it's all just a few minutes from campus on safe, well-lit sidewalks. The campus theater is also downtown, and it's one of the nation's only remaining Art Deco movie theaters. It's a beautifully renovated theater that shows first-run, art house, documentary, and classic films. Bucknell students can attend screenings for entertainment or for education. The theater is actually used frequently by film and media studies majors. Or maybe you want to venture out a little further. You can take a guided trip into Pennsylvania's greater-than-great outdoors, or borrow the gear you need to go backpacking, camping, snowshoeing, canoeing, paddleboarding, or kayaking with your friends. Here's a fun fact: there are actually more than 8 state parks within an hour's drive from campus. And if you're ready for a slightly longer road trip, you can reach New York City, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. in just 3 hours. All right, let's talk about applying to Bucknell. What are we looking for? Well, we review each application manually, which means there's no formula for getting in. Instead, we take time to get to know each one of you through your application. We take a holistic approach that's about understanding everything that makes you unique, including, yes, your grades, but also your involvement in clubs, organizations, employment, and service to your community. We also have a test-optional admissions policy at Bucknell because we care about getting to know the whole you. When you apply, you'll get to choose whether to include your test scores, and that decision has no bearing on your admissions decision. So here's a look at the things we consider when getting to know you. We look at your writing skills, your grades, your test scores, if you choose to submit them, your creativity, community involvement, diverse perspectives, the quality of your coursework, your talents, your activities and leadership, your goals, and also any letters from your teachers or counselors. Okay, here come the deadlines. For Early Decision 1, it's November 15th. Now, when you apply Early Decision, you're telling us that Bucknell is your top choice college. For Early Decision 1 applicants, you'll also learn whether you were admitted to Bucknell in December instead of waiting until the end of March for your decision. Early Decision 2 and Regular Decision applications are due by January 15th. If you apply, make sure your CSS profile and FAFSA are filled out by those same deadlines. At Bucknell, we don't have our own custom application. Instead, we ask you to apply using either the Coalition app or Common App. We also don't require additional essays beyond the standard one that's used by the Common App and Coalition app. We do have one supplemental question where we ask you to share why you selected the first choice major you picked or why you chose to apply undecided. We should also share information about financial aid. Here's the bottom line. Bucknell is not out of reach. More than half of all full-time undergraduates at Bucknell receive grants and scholarships. That includes both need and merit-based aid. Nearly 2/3 of Bucknellians receive financial aid of some form, including loans and work study. So please consider applying, and we'll help you find a financial aid package that works for you and your family. All right, that's going to do it for this video preview session. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we encourage you to come to campus and see us when you can. Until then, please visit our website, bucknell.edu, to continue exploring campus. You can also follow us on Instagram @BucknellU or follow our student-run Instagram account @IamRayBucknell. And we want to hear from you. If you have any questions about Bucknell, just email us at admissions@bucknell.edu or give us a call at 570-577-3000. Thanks for joining us, good luck in your college search, and we hope to see you soon at Bucknell.